Hello again, everybody. Lance Russell and Dave Brown right along ringside. We're ready to do it with another big week championship wrestling, and doggone, we have got ourselves a doggone good show, David. I love what we got coming up today.
We do indeed. Welcome back this week, by the way.
Sabu and the Angel will be in the opening match as a tag team. They will be going against the Rock and Roll Express.
That gets the show underway.
I think they like them.
Yeah, I think so. Then we're going to have another tag team match. Bruce Brother number 1 will be teamed with Bobby Eaton in that one. Then we'll have a look at the Moondogs. The Moondogs you may have heard something about around the world. Well, they're going to be right here with us today on Championship Wrestling in a tag team match. Superstar Bill Dundee will be in here in a single match, and Stagger Lee will be going against a guy we haven't seen in a long time, Cowboy Frankie Lane out of Canada.
All right. Big main event final match. It'll be a doggone good one. And by the way, David, we have some excellent videotapes of some action and stuff I think everybody's going to enjoy. We'll be getting to all of that right after we take time out for this. Official announcements coming up, David.
One fall, 15-minute time limit match, a total weight of 484 pounds. From the Isle of Fiji, Sabu and his partner from France, the Angel, going against him. Total weight 435 pounds. From Nashville, Tennessee, and from Pensacola, Florida, Rick Morton and Robert Gibson, the Rock and Roll Express. One fall, 15-minute time limit. Jerry Calhoun, the referee.
Ought to be a dandy and a real contrast in styles. You've got Sabu, the Wild Man, and the big tough Angel going against the very fast and very scientific Rock and Roll Express. This will be a goodie, Dave.
Rick Morton starting for the Express. Sabu knocked to the mat by his shoulder. Morton into the ropes. Sabu lets him go by. Lets him go by again. And Morton with a drop. He puts him down. Rick Morton with a body slam on Sabu, the Wild Man. Comes back after Morton. Morton grabs him. The Angel jumps in there. Morton turns, drops him to the mat. Now the Angel and Sabu both out of the ring. Walking around it down here on the floor. Rick Morton in control. 45 seconds only gone in this match. Rick Morton, Robert Gibson, Rock and Roll Express. Boy, what a tag team. Middle of the ring, Sabu steps over, fires a right hand. Looked like he jabbed the point of the fingers. Rick reverses as Sabu was going to fire him into the turnbuckles. Morton threw him into the turnbuckles. Flips him out of there. Shoulders down, count of 2. Sabu reverses. Count of 1 on Rick Morton. Rick flips, shoulders down, count of 2. Sabu back on his feet at the 2 count. Boy, quick action here. Morton over to the corner, the tag on Robert Gibson. Gibson takes over against the Wild Man. Minute and a half gone. Gibson fired into the ropes. Up to the mat. Sabu does a headstand over him. Robert goes after him with a drop kick. Tag made on the Angel. Angel weighs in at about 260 pounds. He's out of France. He picks Robert Gibson up off the rope. Body slams him. Backs him to the rope. Whip. Picks him up again. This time Robert slips him into the rope. Tries to roll it down, but the Angel holds on. Robert Gibson on his feet. Drop kicks him again. And the Angel holding the back after the drop kick and the flip put on by Robert Gibson. Gibson to the corner makes the tag. Rock and Roll Express rolling here right now. Whoops. Rick Morton catches a foot to the midsection. The Angel throws him to the ropes. There's another foot to the midsection. Worked twice. Angel throws him to the ropes again. And this time Rick Morton catches the foot and with the spin of the drop kick. Takes care of the Angel, who heads for the corner. The tag on his partner, Sabu, the Wild Man. Robert Gibson starting the cheering section for the Rock and Roll Express over in the corner. Sabu to the throat. Sabu makes the tag on the Angel. Rick Morton slowed down here by the Wild Man. A couple of vicious jabs he's hit him with. Morton high in the air. Backdrop by the Angel. Angel, Sabu, make a tag again. Rick Morton, coming back, heads for the corner, flips over there, gets the tag. And here's Robert Gibson. All of them in there. Gibson and Morton. Set them up and they run together. Now Morton grabs Sabu. Rock and Roll Express with a double drop kick, puts it down. Morton with a cover. 1, 2, 3. The Rock and Roll Express, Robert Gibson, Rick Morton, working together as a team. After the feed on Sabu and the Big Angel. Time on it, 4 minutes, 9 seconds, 4:09 in the Rock and Roll Express for the victory.
Man, I will tell you one thing. That's right. I'm going to show it right now. I'll handle it in my own manner. Rock and Roll Express met the Galaxians, and we're going to take a look at what was a super tag action. Rock and Roll Express and the Galaxians. Let's look at it.
Headlock. Shoulder butt. Down goes Rick Morton. In again. And Morton holds it up. Goes in. Super move and a hip toss. Here comes Beta. Back up. Super move by Morton. And Robert Gibson goes after him. And Morton puts him down again. A tag. And Robert Gibson going to town. Right hand by Gibson. Robert fires him in. And a backdrop. Gibson. Round behind him. Picks him up. Atomic knee drop. And over the top rope he goes. A reversal. And Gibson slips around behind. Again, a rolling reverse. This time he has him down. But over the top rope. Referee calls for the bell. And a disqualification on the Galaxians. And the tag team of the Rock and Roll Express, the winner of the action, continues. Beta called by Robert Gibson. Gibson and Morton going in, and a double drop kick, and what a fine move. And now they're going after the mask, going after it, and they're coming close. But here comes Beta. He catches him with that chair, and the Rock and Roll Express quickly decides to leave the ring.
Well, you saw it right there. It was a real...
Everybody saw it. Rick Morton and Robert Gibson are so anxious to have all those little trashy girls in the audience always screaming for them. They'll do anything for those cheers. We went in to wrestle a match, and when they saw that they could not wrestle us, they tried to fight. They used punches, kicks, they pulled hair, jabbed eyes, and they saw that that wasn't going to do any good either because we could outfight them. So what did they do? They took Alpha right there, and they tried to pull the man's mask off, and that is one thing that you never do on Alpha or Beta, either one of the Galaxians, is touch that mask. And you see what happens when somebody does that. So now, it seems what we have is a situation where there's going to be no time limit and no disqualification. That's right up our alley. Because with my brains and their brawn, there's no way that we can go wrong. And Morton and Gibson, if you want all those little girls cheering for you so bad that you're willing to risk your bodies and your lives to do it, then I feel sorry for you, because that's the reason these two men wear masks, so we don't have all that distraction from all those trashy girls cheering for us. They are the Galaxians, and their mission is to destroy opponents.
Well,
is that right?
I guess that means okay. Well, let's find it out. And I'll tell you, you'll find the Rock and Roll Express pretty formidable group when you get in there and start going in that no time, no disqualification. Hey, talking about formidable groups and one we enjoy, let's take a look. The Fabulous One.
The
Coliseum on Monday night. Now, this is one of the wildest ones I have ever run across due to the stipulations involved. I think you have an idea. We're being visited by some guests. Dutch Mantell, Steve O, and the fabulous ones, Stan and Steve. In this particular match, it will involve the Sheep Herders joining forces with Jimmy Cornette's Dynasty, Adrian Street, and Jesse Barr. In this 8-man tag match, there are many stipulations. It involves the fabulous ones who have agreed that if either one of them is defeated, that they will get their hair cut, if you're hearing me. Dutch Mantell has said if any of them can beat him in the middle of the ring, he'll pitch out $5,000 to the fans. And by agreement with the entire team, Steve O has said if he gets beat, the whole team leaves town. Now, on the other side of the fence, we'll get to that later, similar stipulations. The Sheep Herders have agreed that if either one of them get beat, the entire team leaves. Adrian Street has got his hair up if he gets beat. And then it's going to be Jesse Barr who will take $5,000 of Jimmy Cornette's mother's money and pass it out to the crowd out there. This is the wildest doggone thing I've seen,
Does this cigar smoke bother you?
Oh, go right ahead.
Well, a lot of things bother me, and I think we got a little tape. We need to show it right now.
Okay.
We look at it. Let's watch this little tape.
You want to see what happened when these guys met once before? You'll understand the stipulations. Look at this 8-man tag match. And he may be loose, but nope. Boyd got him from behind. Boy, there's the domino effect. He kicked Luke Williams down. Knocked Jonathan Boyd over. Jesse Barr broke it up, and look at him brawl. Good night. Dutch Mantell across the ring in the left-hand corner just slammed Linda and Jimmy Cornette's heads together. Mantell after Cornette. While in the ring, Kern on Adrian Street. Lane going after Barr. We're going to stop this match. Referee Jerry Calhoun trying to break some things up. The referee, powder from Barr in the eyes of Steve O. Cornette going after the Dutchman with powder. Steve Kern. What a brawl. Miss Linda with a belt flailing away on Steve Kern. Now Adrian takes it and goes after Stan Lane. Cornette plants one on Steve O with his street shoes on. There's the flagstick of the Sheep Herders. The high heels of Miss Linda working on Stan Lane. Here comes Rick Morton, Robert Gibson, Carl Fergie, Bobby Fulton.
Now, that's a fine how do you do. You take 4 great athletes like this, and we walked in that Coliseum, and I bet you there wasn't one person that says we couldn't beat them. But I don't know what it was, whether we went into a slump or we were jinxed or whatever it was, but that match did not turn out the way we thought it would. Now, we got a lot of stipulations in this match, and I don't really know how I got in it, but I'm in it elbow deep, baby. And when you're in it elbow deep, you got to pull yourself out. Now, if I got to take these guys back in the dressing room and give them a pep talk and fire them up, then I'll do it, because I don't intend to throw $5,000 out to the people. And I'm sure the Fabs here, if one of them loses, got to shave their head. I'm sure that won't sit too good with them. And then, Steve-O, if you do lose and we do have to leave this town, you think the fight in the ring was something. Wait till we get back to the dressing room, brother. Now, I think we need some stipulations, and I think some changes need to be made around here. Now, these Sheep Herders, they have walked, and they've talked, and they've knocked this country, and they've done everything they can do to make themselves disliked around here. And I have to say one thing. They have done one good job of it.
Yeah, boy.
But I'm going to say one thing. This match is not going to turn out like it did before. We're going to go in there hell-bent for leather, and we're going to knock them all the way back to New Zealand so their ancestors can feel it. Now, we're going to hit them, and we're going to knock them, and we're going to take the count on them right in the middle of the ring. Now, if the sheep herders lose, they got to leave town. If Adrian Street loses, he got to shave his head, and I think Miss Linda's head, too. And I think if that Jesse Barr, if he loses, we're going to see how much money that Cornette family really's got. So, people, we're coming, like I said, hell-bent for leather. We're coming there to win. I'm not going to lose no money. Steve-O is not going to lose, so we have to leave town. And I'm sure these two guys are not going to get their heads shaved. Boys, you get your best hold, because when we're coming looking for somebody, and we're looking for somebody, we're going to find somebody.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, one little correction, and that is that if either one of the sheep herders lose, the entire team leaves this town. Good. I got to say, too, that they're going to have a lot of direction and heat going for you in there, Steve, because if you lose, the whole team goes.
Well, that's true, and I want to tell Dutch right now, you've got to worry about nothing, because if it's going to be a big enough fight in the ring, just going against the sheep herders in there. Now, that's who I'm majorly going to have to concentrate on, is the sheep herders, because my score is to settle with them. But I tell you, if I let these guys down and they have to shave their head, or if they have to throw out $5,000, I might as well go back out of the country, too, because I don't want to face these guys. It's going to be one heck of a fight, and there's going to be all kinds of pandemonium going on right down in that ring in big Memphis town.
I want to tell you, if either one of you guys lose your hair, there's going to be a lot of friends out there awful unhappy.
Lance, Steve and I have had quite a bit of time to reflect and think about it, and we realize we've been left lying face down in the ring for the past 2 weeks. And we just decided it's time to get kind of serious about this kind of stuff, and maybe stop dancing so much and just get a little more serious, But then again, maybe it's not, Lance, because I talked to Billy Ray Williams at the U-Haul rent-a-trailer place this morning. He said Adrian Street, Jesse Barr, and the sheepers were down there saying, we need some trailers for Monday night, brother, because we're getting the hell out of Dodge. So let me tell you one thing. Adrian Street, pack up your CoverGirl makeup, your lace panties, and Jesse Barr, you can get a little box and put those little phony tin medals in there. And the sheepers, pack that 57 Mercury up with the furry dice and get the hell out of Memphis Monday night, sweetheart. If I can just be serious again, Lance, just for a second. We've had a lot of trouble with these guys. Let me just tell Adrian and Jesse and the sheep herders this. Let me end on this note, a little serious note. And it goes something like this. Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack.
There we go. Dutch Mantel, Steve-O, the fabulous ones, and they're heading out. They're getting ready for one whale of a battle Monday night at the Coliseum. Timeout. We'll be back with more action in a moment. Listen, I really was...
Talking about getting serious, let me tell you something. The reason that Adrian Street and Jesse Barr and the sheep herders aren't here today is because they're training and they're working out, because I want to make sure that they're set and in ready condition for that match Monday night. Everybody knows what it is. You've just told them. You know what Armageddon means, Lance?
I know it.
The ultimate conflict, the final confrontation, where everything hangs in the balance. Somebody, I don't care who it is, anybody that's involved in that match Monday night, their lives are going to be irreversibly changed in some manner or the other. And I want to make sure it's not my men. And I believe that you have some pre-recorded comments that I've brought down today. If the people in the booth are awake and taking care of their business.
As a matter of fact, I do. And if you'll let me handle our business, let's take a look at some of the comments that were made regarding this unusual match.
Stinking cowards. What stipulations are these? If we lose this match, if either Luke or myself drop the fall, we're going to leave town. If Jesse Barr drops the fall, he's got to throw $5,000 out to the audience. And if Adrian Street drops the fall, him and Linda get their head shaved. Eddie Marlin, you're a bloody crazy man. But the stipulations don't stop there. It goes the other way, too. The fabulous ones, if they lose, one of them loses, they shave their heads. If Mantell loses, he throws $5,000 out. And Steve-O, if he loses, he leaves town. What do you think about that, Jess?
Well, with me in the ring, Jimmy Cornette's money's as safe as it was in the bank. Because there ain't no way I'm going to throw $5,000 out to all them redneck rebels out there. And as for them fabulous ones, get used to your... What do you think, Adrian?
Well, I couldn't care less if this hair got shaved. I mean, she can get a wig, but my beautiful hair, there is no chance. Took me a long time to grow this, dear, and it's staying.
Hey, I'm going going to tell you what's going to happen now, and I'm going to tell you nice and short and nice and easy. Steve-O is not going to lose the match. He's not going to leave town.
Press his hand.
Mantel's not going to throw money at the audience because we're all in agreement. We want to see the Fabulous Ones bold. We want to see them bold. We want to see them looking like this. They still won't be men. They'll be Southern boys. And after it's all over, everybody can look at us men and say, just like you do in the South, you'll come back now, year.
Absolutely hilarious.
By the time Monday night rolls around, those four men are going to be the most polished, the most effective wrestling machine that's ever been allowed to step foot in a wrestling ring. And you know Eddie Marlin, he agrees with us because he's already got the Rock and Roll Express playing all this loud rock and roll music, just waiting for the Fabulous Ones to leave. But what I want to see is that bald head of Lane and Kern right there, shining real bright, and everybody's saying what we should get. Well, I know what we should get. We should get a cowboy cap pistol for Dutch Mantell so he don't get cranky in the car. We should get a gasoline credit card for Steve-O, and we should get some Head and Shoulders for Lane and Kern so when they start over again, they'll do it right this time.
Jimmy Cornette and his inspiring comments about the Big 8 man. Well, that's going to be something that'll be well worth taking a look at down there Monday night when it happens. Dave, let's just settle back and enjoy the next little bit here. Everybody pay attention because I think you're going to enjoy the exotic Adrian Street. We just had to enjoy it. Hey, we got action, a big tag match coming up in the ring, and we're going to be back to it in just a moment.
Ready to go back to action. Coming in right now, Jimmy Hart, Bobby Eaton, one of the Bruise brothers. Tag team match coming up. One fall, 15-minute time limit match. As soon as Hart sees fit to get his team up in the ring, we'll have the introduction. Here comes the referee. Again, one fall, 15-minute time limit. Total 414 pounds from Memphis, Tennessee. Mike Mashburn and Robert Reed. And going against him, at a total of 461 pounds from Huntsville, Alabama, Bobby Eaton. From the Windy City, Bruise brother number one, and their manager, Jimmy Hart. Referee Jerry Calhoun, one fall, 15-minute time limit.
Woogie-doo! This will be one in which Eaton and Bruise Brothers number one will be a heavy favorite in here against a couple of young fellas, Mike Mashburn and Robert Reed. We've seen Robert much more than Mike, and good, aggressive, trying wrestlers, but they're against some experience and some size in there. Beautiful body, and Bruise Brother number one, the Chop, steps outside of the ring, and Eaton will be starting against Mike Mashburn. We are ready. Bell time. Here we go.
Bobby Eaton against Mike Mashburn. Eaton quickly with a knee to the lower part of the rib cage. Eaton back to the corner, makes a tag on Bruise Brother number one.
Like I said before, those guys have to be from the Jerry Lawler School of Wrestling. But that's how you take care of them, baby. Look at them.
Bruce Brother hammering him with a right forearm. Mike Mashburn picked up on his feet. The Bruce Brother with a right fist. Ashford trying to battle him. Oh, Eaton hanging up there on the ropes. Bruce's brother fired Mashburn into it. Now they double team him. Ashford does get the tag. Robert Reed will be coming in. See if he can fare better against this team than his partner's been able to so far. And at the moment, doesn't look good for him as Bobby Eaton nails him. Into the knee of Bruce's brother, number 1. Bruce's brother with a forearm as he comes in after the tag. Bobby Eaton steps outside. Reed fired into the rope. Upper arm by the Bruce brother coming off of there. Ooh. There's the tag. Bobby Eaton will be coming back in. Boy, Eaton and the Bruce brother have just totally dominated this match. As Lance said at the beginning, they were heavy favorites coming in, but they have been dominant. Total control. Bruce brother takes over after the tag. Hammered away at Robert Reed. Takes a fist. Bobby throws him into the ropes. Picks him up. Driving power slam. He does not go for the pin. Now Bruce brother climbs up on the middle rope. Leaps about a fourth of the way across the ring. There's the cover. 2 and 3. 2 minutes, 55 seconds. They probably could have gotten a pin long before now if they tried for it. But they didn't until now. However, the victory goes to the team of Bobby Eaton and Bruce brother number 1, Jimmy Hart in their corner. Time again on at 2 minutes, 55 seconds.
Okay, 2:55, and not unexpected at all. The experience of Eaton and Bruce brother number 1. Alrighty, we in fact are right now going to take a look at some action that took place involving the Bruce brothers, plural, Bobby Eaton and Jimmy Hart. Let's take a look at this handicap match that had Andre, the King, Stagger Lee. Walking out. Whoa, but his partners got caught behind. Here he comes back. This will clear house. Andre. There goes Hart. Eaton trapped in the ring. Lawler throws him out. Only one of the Bruce brothers caught, and he's going under the bottom rope. Stagger Lee drops down on that leg of the Bruce brother. Held on the bottom rope. Grabs Eaton, who was coming in. Boy, it's amazing how big this guy is. Once again, the Bruce brother has that leg worked over. And now both of the Bruce brothers laying in the ring. Pork Chop rolls out on the side. The Lawler holds that leg out again for Stagger Lee, who dives on it. Ooh, beautiful body, got his hand stomped by Andre the Giant. But the Bruce brother in bad shape. So it was the first family who started it after the bell had sounded. But they are sure not finishing, and they're about to finish the Bruce brother off. Stagger Lee drops on it again. Why didn't you guys jump in there and do some help?
You know what? Why should we? You know what? I can't believe this, man. The people behind us yelling. I wish it was you, Jimmy Hart. I wish that had been you in there. You know why we didn't do it? I'll tell you why. You remember about 2 or 3 weeks ago, man, when we jumped in on Lawler and Eddie Martin came out and fined us, and he said, we're going to have no more interference. So I told beautiful Bobby, I said, Bobby, don't worry about it, baby. Eddie Martin will come down and stop this match because the bell's rung. But you know what happened? I looked in the back and I saw Eddie Martin standing back in the back, grinning from ear to ear. And I looked at you and you were standing there grinning from ear to ear, man. Let me tell you something, man. Oh, man, come on. What do you want to tell the people that for? Because he's prejudiced against the family. He does everything he can to get rid of Jimmy Hart, but it's not going to work, Eddie Martin. And now he's come up with this great match. I've got to put $1,000 up. I've got to put $1,000 up. Get a camera shot on this right here if y'all can wake up upstairs long enough. Can you see this right here? $1,000 for my main man right here, Pork Chop, to get in the ring against Stagger Lee, Coco Ware, Sweet Brown Sugar, whatever you want to call him, to get in the ring with him. And our stipulation is we've got to take the mask off. Everybody knows who he is, and it's the Mid-America title shot. If not, I've got to put my money up.
Well, wait a minute, Jimmy Hart. Let me tell you one thing. Put your money back in your pocket. Put it in the bank. I don't care. Put it in when the cops come. But let me tell you one thing, Stagger Lee. Last week you hurt my partner, and I don't like it. But Stagger Lee, I don't care who you are. Some people say you're Coco Ware, Sweet Brown Sugar. I don't care. Matter of fact, I don't give a you know what. But you know one thing, you are a disgrace to your people because they don't know who you are. But let me tell you one thing, Stagger Lee. But you just come on out there and do your dance. I want you to stagger both something because I'm going to have something for you. I'm going to have this for you, brother. And I'm going to put this upside your head and you going to dance for sure now, Stagger Lee. Let me tell you. You get that, boy. Because you know what I'm saying? I don't like you. I don't like people like you. And, brother, let me tell you one thing. You are a disgrace to your people.
No, baby, don't worry about it. We will get even. That's a promise, baby. Come on.
Stagger Lee puts up the title and the mask. Hart's $1,000. We're going to take time out. Be back in just a moment.
Monday night at the Coliseum, there's going to be an International Heavyweight Championship match. Jerry the King Lawler puts it on the line against beautiful Bobby Eaton in an International Heavyweight Championship match. Maybe the biggest match Bobby's ever had.
Hey, every match he goes into is the biggest match he's ever had. Let me tell you something, Lawler. I know that you're laughing. You think right now, you and Coco Ware, that you've gotten rid of the Bruise Brothers. But I promise you this, Mad Dog right now is at home. He's working out. He's getting himself back together because the family is getting bigger and stronger. You know where I go, the people say, Jimmy Hart, why don't you take the cane to the ring anymore, baby? Well, this is my cane, Uncle Sam, baby, and he's coming back into action, right, Bobby?
Right, baby. Right, you know, Jimmy's got a little tape. He asked you before, would you show the
film? Show the film.
If there was that here, you'd already had the thing on there.
Let's go ahead and roll the tape and take a look at it. This is one Jimmy Hart brought.
Now, you just see Lawler. That's supposed to be the International Heavyweight Champion out there, Jerry Lawler. But you see what beautiful, the has-been. You see what beautiful Bobby's doing. Look at that punch. Boom. Where did the guy go? He went down on the mat. Just like every time I do something, the guy's going to go down. Look where everybody's laying. Where's the big giant at now? Where's he at? Where's Andre at, Lance?
The point is, not that, it's where Lawler was. You were stomping on him.
Where was Lawler? He was down on the mat, where he always is. Like Jimmy said, I'm the future. I'm not a has-been. I'm the future. I'm the guy that's going to take that international belt away from Lawler. Now, Lawler has been around for a while, and he's beat a few guys. Who he beat for the international belt was Austin Allen. Now, who hadn't beat Austin Allen?
That's right.
Who has not beat Austin Allen?
That's right, baby.
Well,
I beat Austin Allen.
You take care of the match.
Well, I'm going to say this right here. Lawler may think he's tough, and he may think he's even bad, but I guarantee you, in front of these people, in front of you, and in front of everybody else, right now you're looking at the uncrowned, until Monday night, you're looking at the uncrowned International Heavyweight Champion, beautiful Bobby Eaton, along with the man.
Wait a minute. Just stay right here. I got something from Lawler that I want you to listen to.
We don't want to hear it. We don't want to look. Let's go, Bobby. Come on.
You don't want to stand in it. I imagine you'd have to walk out on something like that.
You trying to pull some stuff like
that.
No,
I'm not pulling. I just said let's take it.
We're not listening or looking at anything.
Let's take a look at it ourselves.
Bobby Eaton, I want you to take a real good look at this belt right here, son. Because you see, this is as close as you're ever going to get to it. Now, how in the world anybody ever figured you were a worthy contender for the International Heavyweight Championship, I'll never know. But you got the title shot. And, brother, you better make it good because it's your first, and believe me, it is your last. I don't know if Jimmy Hart made some phone calls. I don't know if he sent out some telegrams or some letters to the championship committee. I don't know what he did, but for you to get a shot at the International Heavyweight Championship, it's almost a joke, Bobby Eaton. Because you see, Punk, I don't think much of you. I think you are a low-life, stinking, trashy, scum-of-the-earth jerk who is not fit to tie my shoelaces. Do you understand what I'm saying, Eaton? And what I'm trying to do right now is I'm trying to get you really good and mad because I want you to be at your very best down there Monday night. I want you to be mad. I want you to be hot. I want you to come at me with everything you've got, Bobby Eaton, so that when I beat you like the dog that you are, you're going to know. You're going to have to sit there and realize that you did every single thing that you could do, and it wasn't good enough. Because, you see, that's the whole story. That's the whole ball of wax, Bobby Eaton. You're just not quite good enough. I guess that's why you associate with trash like Jimmy Hart. Now, Hart, I want you to be at ringside. I want you to see your number one boy. I want you to see him do the best that he can do, and I want you to see him fall short. Because that's exactly what's going to happen. When I walk in the ring, I'm going to carry this belt. When I walk out of the ring, I'm going to have it. And Bobby Eaton, I'm going to leave you laying flat on your back. And Jimmy Hart, I hope you stick your nose in, Punk, because it's long and skinny now. But this right here will make it short and fat. So just do whatever you can do, Bobby Eaton, but you're not going to get this belt. That's a promise.
All right, we're waiting now for the action to start in here. Bobby Fulton and David Johnson come in here to go against the internationally known Moondogs. They'll be making their first appearance on Championship Wrestling. And there they are.
I told you I was rebuilding my family. Look at this, the world famous Moondogs, man. International champions, Japan, Puerto Rico, but now Jimmy Hart stable of champions, baby, right here. Woo!
Okay, we're looking at the Moondogs in there. This is the first time they've been on Championship Wrestling, and they have been all over. Had a very successful stay in New York and that area there. You've seen them all over, as a matter of fact. Went to Africa and wrestled over there. Came back with a tremendous record. We're not particularly fond of either their appearance or their style of wrestling, but that really is not what they're in there for. So if we can get it all put together, we will, in fact, get David Johnson, Bobby Fulton into the ring. Johnson and Fulton going to be outweighed tremendously in this match, as the Moondogs much, much heavier. And Bobby and David giving up a lot in the way of experience, because the Moondogs have wrestled just about every top tag team that there has been around the country. They have quite a reputation. Referee Jerry Calhoun trying to get this thing settled down. We hope so we can get this baby underway. And let's go with the official introductions, David.
One fall, 15-minute time limit match. Total weight of 412 pounds. From Columbus, Ohio, Bobby Fulton. And from Memphis, Tennessee, David Johnson. Going against them at a total weight of 517 pounds, the internationally famous Moondogs with their manager, Jimmy Hart. One fall, 15-minute time limit. Jerry Calhoun, the referee.
Bill Dime and David Johnson starting off for the team of Johnson and Fulton. The shorter of the two Moondogs getting underway here, and you saw the big bones that each of them carry in there.
You know, the rest, you're looking at the very best, baby, because Jimmy Hart only brings in the very best. The Moondogs, the Blues Brothers, beautiful Bobby Eaton. I'm telling you, I'm building my family back together again, Russell.
We quite often hear the Moondogs referred to as the International Roughnecks, and boy, that's exactly what they are. Up in the air, David Johnson. The big Moondog drops him down, and he is slingshotted off the rope. They got Johnson trapped in the corner, and they're still double teaming as the referee's trying to get a little order restored with these guys. I doubt if it is going to be too likely that whenever they are around or ever in the ring, based on their past reputation, that they are going to be orderly. Another tag, and the crowd trying to get David. Get it up, get it on with the Moondogs, but he has been abused. Bobby Fulton has yet to make an appearance in there. And the Moondogs continue to beat on. There's the big splash. One. Well, he broke that one up. The referee having a talk with the Moondog about that. He picked Johnson up. I think he clearly had a 1, 2, 3 on him, but he just wouldn't go ahead and take it.
Boy, Johnson really taking a pounding for almost 2 minutes. We're coming up on the 2-minute mark, and Johnson's been in there all the way.
I'll tell you what, Dave, I'll bet to David Johnson it seems like about 2 weeks in there. They respect the fact you're not supposed to go in there without a tag, Jimmy. I think the Moondogs have forgotten that.
Come on, baby. Look, aren't they great? Aren't they beautiful? I told you the family's coming back, baby. I'm rebuilding. This is the greatest day of my life. Look at this. The Moondogs, baby.
Typical Jimmy Hart thrilling tag team that'll go in and beat your brains out and laugh about it. And they're doing just that to David Johnson, who is taking quite a fearsome beating in there. He got in a couple of rights. There's a tag on Bobby Fulton.
That's what he needed. Fulton takes the knee to the back.
Uh-oh. Yeah, one of the bones coming off the ring post. That's going to be a disqualification.
Disqualification.
Johnson and Fulton are the winners of the match. They may not feel much like winners right now. Ooh, they just blitzed David Johnson. They used one of those big dinosaur bones right on the head, and the referee immediately disqualified him.
Coming out here, baby, because they're scared to death.
Yeah.
Look at them. They ain't going nowhere.
Another disqualification on a Jimmy Hart team. Moondogs follow Bobby Fulton right out of the ring. Referee over there has a chair jabbed into the midsection of Fulton. And again, it was a disqualification. Bobby's forehead busted wide open where they nailed him with that big bone. I hope that there will be some consolation in the win that they got over the disqualification, because their bods are sure going to be sore when tomorrow comes.
Well, they got Bobby Fulton cut open. His forehead's cut. They've been hammering him with that bone. Hit him with a chair. David Johnson in the ring. The Moondogs running wild here with Jimmy Hart.
Duly impressed with the marvelous tag team that the Moondogs have. Jimmy Hart should be really proud of them. So, what again was the official time on that, David?
Time on it was 2 minutes, 50 seconds. 2:50.
2 minutes, 50 seconds, a disqualification. Jimmy Hart's boys lose it again. We are going to take time out, and we're going to be back with more action in just a moment.
In quite some time was the challenge that was issued by the superstar Bill Dundee to Terry Taylor, who was the reigning Southern heavyweight champ at the time. We've got some of the match that took place. It was a whale of a match in there. There still was a lot of controversy about it. I'm certainly not taking sides, but I do want to say this. I hope you will watch all of the action that we have in this bout and look at it for what it is, and then you can continue to make your own decision. Let's take a look. Southern heavyweight title match. Bill Dundee, Terry Taylor. Tough action. We are off and running, and one of the bouts that has been looked forward to by so many wrestling fans. And you talking about a divided group. Look at that move. Terry Taylor on the right, and Bill Dundee, who is now out on the floor, bounced there by the champion Taylor, are doing battle for the Southern heavyweight crown. And Dundee said, I want the title, and I think I should have a match. This is going to be a dandy, and it has already been that. And we're only 2 minutes into the action. Dundee with the arm, wraps Taylor around, snatches him right off his feet. The referee said, break it up, you're using hair. Dundee said, nope. Well, you can hear the crowd. Some of them saying he did, some said he didn't. Look at that Taylor move. Beautiful. Top wrist lock takes Billy back down. He is being broken up. The referee saying it. Terry said, I don't believe this. Dundee delivered into a big high backdrop by Taylor. Billy rolls out of the ring, straightens the back up. Some of the Terry Taylor fans in the front row really giving Billy a hard way to go as he walked around. Paul Morton counting, and Taylor a little over anxious. And while Taylor has a little edge in age on him, Dundee is known for his durability and his ability to stay with it even when the going gets unbelievably tough. Dundee pitches him off. Taylor wraps him up, goes for the pin, slides Dundee, but the legs are hooked on the rope, and that'll call for a break. Dundee came out firing those feet, too. He almost got Taylor with that crab move. Back to the corner. Referee says break. And Bill put his hands back on Taylor. And Taylor dumped him right on the seat of his pants. Dundee whips. Bang. Shoveled him into the ropes. Leapfrog by Taylor. And as Taylor went up, Dundee speared him, and Dundee is the new Southern Heavyweight Champion. In 13 minutes, 16 seconds, Dundee is the winner over Terry Taylor.
Okay, well, we are standing here waiting for the new Southern Heavyweight Champion, Bill Dundee. Here he comes. Congratulations, Billy. There's a lot of comments before the match. There's a lot of comments during it, and a lot of comments since the bout. I say it was a good, tough one. You did what you set out to do. You took the title away from Taylor.
That's right, Lancer. I come out here and I told all the people that when I wrestled Terry Taylor, he was a paper champion, and I would be the Southern Heavyweight Champion. Now, I'm going to be the Southern Heavyweight Champion until a better wrestler than me comes along and beats me. But I don't see none around here. There isn't a wrestler around here that can beat Bill Superstar Dundee. Now, let me give you another episode in the life of Terrence Weirden Taylor III. Now, he went to college. Now, like I keep telling you, college education is all very good if you're going to be a doctor or a professor or somebody that needs a college education. I left school when I was 14 years old, been on my own since then. Now, everything I got, I clawed, fought, bit, and got it all by my little old self. I didn't have a daddy who was a doctor. Now, he goes to college for a bunch of years, spent $10,000 of his little old daddy's money. Then he gets into the wrestling school in the college, and he wins a couple of wrestling matches, amateur style. So then he goes home, he says, Daddy, I don't need this college education. I'm going to be a wrestler. So he goes all around the country and he gets booked as a professional wrestler. He left the boys and he got in with the men. So then he comes to Memphis, Tennessee, and he teams up with Bill Dundee. What a successful tag team I was, because I won all the matches. Now, he goes to Eddie Marler and he says, I'm so good now, I want a Southern title match. So they book him in a Southern title match, and you know, when he won the belt, he was more surprised than Sabu was Terry Taylor is standing like this in the middle of the ring, and the referee says, "Here, it belongs to you. You're the Southern Heavyweight Champion." I won! So they gave you the belt. Then he never defended it. So then Eddie Marlin teams him back up with Bill Dundee, and again I was a successful tag team, and he's walking around with his belt, telling everybody he's the Southern Heavyweight Champion. So kind of irked me. So I went to old Eddie. I said, "Hey, Bugs Bunny, I want a title match with that paper champion. And the first time you give it to me, I'm going to beat him." So I wrestled him. Did I wrestle him, Lance?
You did, in fact.
Did nothing but wrestle. So your little college education, your little amateur background didn't do nothing when you got up into the major leagues. You're a minor league wrestler, Terry. Now, you're a good wrestler, brother, and 5 or 6 years down the pike, you may be another good Southern Heavyweight Champion. But I'm going to tell you something, brother. This week, I gave you a wrestling lesson last week, and I'm going to make you a promise, brother. This week, I'm going to beat your brains out. I'm going to see how big and bad you are. I never laid a hand on you last week, brother. I just wrestled you. Now, if you're clumsy and whatever you want to say that, and it was a mistake, I really don't care because I've got this belt. That makes me the champion. But this week, brother, now, I'll tell you what, Lancer, I'll save you a lot more embarrassing, Terry. If you come out here, shake hands with me now, we'll call it off, we'll both have a night off, and you just tell all the people the superstar's right. He's a better man than me. We'll forget it. But if you don't, brother, and you show up down there this week, I'm going to beat your brains out, Terry, and I'm not going to stop till you crawl over there and you tell the referee, "Please, please, Mr. Referee, tell Mr. Dundee not to hit me no more, because I'm going to beat you, brother."
Okay, Billy, I can only say I think that you're letting a little irritation because maybe you were bypassed a couple of times get in the way of it. We didn't deny you're a dynamite wrestler and you are the champion. I think that you've taken it a little to heart that some of the fans like Terry.
And I'm just going to tell you all this. Anybody that wants a crack at this belt, anybody in the whole wide world, you just get in touch with Eddie Marlin and the superstar will wrestle you, because I'm a great wrestler.
Okay, well, you're going to have to beat him again before it's all over with. That's Bill Dundee, and we got action in the ring with Bill involved. Let's go to Dave.
Set to go with a 1-fall, 15-minute time limit match for Memphis at 203 pounds, introducing Pat Hutchinson. And from Australia, 214 pounds, Kurt Holder, that AWA's Southern Heavyweight title, the superstar, Bill Dundee. This match 1-fall, 15-minute time limit. Jerry Calhoun, the referee. Hutchinson goes after Dundee with his back turned. Dundee taking off his warm-up jacket, and Hutchinson went after him. Bill Dundee turned around and goes to work on him with a right hand. Count up 3. It's over. Wow. Hutchinson made a terrible mistake when he jumped Billy from behind. Bill not in the greatest of moods anyway. And he just turned around and went after Hutchinson. The time on that match, 18 seconds. 18 seconds, the win for Dundee.
Not very long. But right now, the gentleman that held that belt before the match, Terry, I'm sorry about the outcome of the match in there, and I didn't mean it's all over. You got another shot at Bill.
Well, Lance, that is not the same Bill Dundee I used to ride up and down the roads with. Bill helped me a lot when I first got here, but I don't know. It just sounds like somebody else talking coming out of his mouth. Well, Bill Dundee said he gave me a lesson the other night, a wrestling lesson. Well, Bill, you gave me a lesson, all right, but it wasn't a wrestling lesson. You showed me how you really could be. Now, he's talking about my education and things like that. I don't think that has anything to do with my wrestling ability. I went into that ring. I gave him a title shot the first time he asked for it, and I don't know if that was intentional, how he beat me, because he did beat me. He did pin me, but that was a low blow, and I think everybody saw that.
I understand what you're saying, and I think it's, I still don't know either. It happened.
If you don't know, why didn't he wait to see if I was all right? As soon as it happened, he dove right on top of me, and 1, 2, 3. I mean, I saw it back on the replay. He didn't wait to see if I was okay.
That's right.
And I can honestly stand out here in front of everybody here and say if the shoe was on the other foot, that I would have let Bill Dundee get up and continue. Now, I wouldn't want to win a title like that. I'm the paper champion, Bill. I'm the one who wins the titles like that. I just have to say one thing. When I came out here 4 months ago, I told everyone out here that I felt like it was my time to be champion. Well, I feel exactly the same way, and I'm going to show everybody here and Bill Dundee exactly how I feel the same way.
Great, Terry. Good luck to you. Quite a young man, and let me tell you, whether Bill is right that he's still got 5 years of experience to get behind him, or whether it is his time or not, we're going to find it out. But that's quite a pairing in there with Dundee and Taylor. Okay, we got timeout. We got more action. We have Stagger Lee coming around, and we'll be to him in just a moment. I think it's about time now to put a little more of that rhythm, spirit, and happiness into it. Stagger Lee. Against a really rugged opponent in this final match for whatever time we've got left for it. Cowboy Frankie Lane will be his opposition. We haven't seen the Cowboy in quite some time, but believe me, his reputation is well known that he'll be in here battling against Stagger Lee. We're about to have a little rhubarb down on his side. Referee jumps out in between Stagger Lee and Cowboy Frankie Lane. We're ready for the introduction. Here we go.
This match will go to the expiration of time. Introducing from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, at 228 pounds, with his valet and assistant Bambi Star, Cowboy Frankie Lane. And going against him from parts unknown, 221 pounds, Stagger Lee. This match will be to the expiration of time. Jerry Calhoun, the referee.
Whoop-a-doo! The Cowboy got his whip with him, too, and he's getting rid of the wrestling attire, and I hope the whip, as his attendant Bambi Star takes it away. Stagger sitting over there on ready for it. Here we go. Bell time, and we're off and running, David.
All right. Yeah, Frankie Lane says Bambi Star is his second set of eyes in the corner. Stagger Lee. He goes after Lane. Whoop, Lane. The headlock round behind him. Good move by Frankie Lane. Drops Stagger Lee down to the mat. Stagger Lee. Nice move round behind. Drops Frankie Lane to the mat. Shoulders down. Count of two. Two's all he gets. Stagger Lee with the shoulder. Steps over Frankie Lane. Lane waits, and back drop Stagger Lee. Lee landed up his feet, goes for the drop kick. Goes for another one. Did not hit him with a good one, though. Stagger Lee does have Frankie Lane right in the middle of the ring on the mat, left arm bar. Time running short on us here for this fall. Remember, it is expiration of time as the time runs out. That'll be it. If anybody's won a fall in, or several falls have been won, we'll add them up and see who has the most. Stagger Lee against Cowboy Frankie Lane. We're a little over a minute and a half into this one. First fall action. Ooh, Frankie Lane with that big cowboy boot. Now right hand. Stagger Lee battling to keep his mask on. We're down with only a couple of minutes left in our time limit here for the action in this first fall. Frankie Lane, much taller than Stagger Lee. Stagger Lee grabs him, deals him across the ring, fires him into the ropes, drops him over the back. Stagger Lee goes to the ropes again, Lane on his feet. Stagger Lee knocks him down, heads for him again with his shoulder. Ooh, clothesline by Cowboy Frankie Lane. And a body slam. The Cowboy going for the rope. Leaps off of there backwards, drops on Stagger Lee. Tried for the suplex. He got it, but not a good one on Stagger Lee. Shoulders down. 2, 3. Go! Boy, what a move by Stagger Lee. He hooked Cowboy Frankie Lane's feet. Lane appeared to have the advantage, but Stagger Lee got the 3 count. 3 minutes, 2 seconds of time. What a win.
Stagger Lee fought him off on that first suplex. He got him up and over. He started to roll back, put his knees on his shoulder. As he got halfway through it, Stagger Lee hooked those legs, as you said, Dave. Boy, he held him there for that 1, 2, 3 count. We will take time out, check our time, and be back in just a moment. Ooh, I was impressed, I'll tell you. That was a doggone good move that Stagger Lee put on Cowboy Frankie Lane. And let me tell you, brother, Cowboy Frankie Lane has beat a lot of top-flight folks, so it was a good win for Stagger Lee. How about a recap of all of the action? Good show today.
Yeah, it was. In the opener today, we had a rock and roll. He defeated Sabu and the Angel. Match went a little over 4 minutes, and they're still looking very good. Rock and Roll Express, Rick Morton and Robert Gibson with the win today. Bruise Brother number 1 teamed with Bobby Eaton today against Robert Reed and Mike Mashburn. We had remarked before the match even started that Hart's First Family team members were heavy favorites. They controlled the match. They dominated the match, and Bruise Brother number 1 and Bobby Eaton come away with an easy victory in that particular match. Moondogs in this area for our first look at them with Jimmy Hart in their corner, and Moondogs, their reputation preceded them, and they backed it up here today on Championship Wrestling. They were going against Bobby Fulton and David Johnson. Now, Fulton and Johnson get the win in the match by disqualification. They have those big dinosaur bones or whatever they are. One of the Moondogs grabbed one in the corner and went after Fulton with it. And when that happened, the referee disqualified the Moondogs, so officially they lose the match.
Well, I'll tell you, I don't want many wins like that one. The way those guys at it. Ooh, they came out sore.
Then it was Bill Dundee, and here going as a single against Pat Hutchinson. And Billy Dundee did win the match. He won it in 18 seconds. Hutchinson jumped him when Bill's back was turned to him over in the corner. Bill turned around and put him away quickly. 18 seconds the time on that one. And then Stagger Lee going against Cowboy Frankie Lane. Cowboy Frankie Lane with many years' experience. He has been in the territory before. It's been a while, but he's back today. He's still rugged, but Stagger Lee put a move on him and beat him right in the middle of the ring.
I thought Stagger had some real problems, and he did in there. And he put him down, got him into a suplex position, and put him over, and that was it, my friend. By golly, we'll be looking for you back next week. Until that time, for Dave Brown, Lance Russell saying bye-bye, everybody.
The announcers on this program are selected and paid by parties other than this station, namely the promoters of championship wrestling.